All right, so as I said in the last video, I have a comparison between the Arri Alexa Classic and the camera that I'm filming on right now, which is the Red 1 MX. And I have to say, I'm really impressed with the MX sensor in this camera. I had lower expectations based on some of the reviews that I had seen on YouTube recently, but I think I was conflating the original Red 1 with the Red 1 MX, and I was expecting to have some issues with light sensitivity on the sensor, but from what I've seen so far, the dynamic range seems to be a little bit more limited than the Arri Alexa, but the image quality is great right out of camera. And then when you go into what I've done with this sample footage is I've taken it into DaVinci Resolve and I've converted it into the wide gamma RGB and then the RedLog. And then from there applied the Rec 709 LUT for each of for the Red 1 MX, and for the Arri Alexa I just bring it in and I'm recording with the Arri Alexa on ProRes HQ 422 HQ, and what I'm doing there is I'm just bringing it in and just applying the Arri LUT, the Rec 709 LUT. And then I'm using curves. So I'm not doing anything really fancy with the color grade. I'm trying to bring it in. I show it in the log version, and then I show the base grade, this Rec 709 grade. So I'm hoping that that'll give you a good idea how the sensor performs with different colors. The request was to do a outdoor shoot, daytime exterior, so that's what I did. I went out in the garden. I tried to frame the shots similarly between the two cameras. Obviously I shot them at different times, but I did them back to back. But I used the same lens. I used the Canon L. I believe I used the, which one did I use? 24-105 f4, and I had it at f4 for both of them. I did use a ND filter to adjust exposure for some of the more bright skylight scenes, but other than that it was basically right out of camera. I shot at ISO 800 on the Arri Alexa, and I adjusted in post the ISO on the Red 1 MX to 800 as well. So we have a fairly straight up comparison between the two. And I have to say that after looking at the video that's come out of this test, I'm pretty impressed with the Red 1 MX. It's much better than what I would have anticipated in terms of just the look and the feel of the image. It definitely has some of that magic that people talk about when they review and talk about the original Red Mysterium X sensor. Not the original, but the Mysterium X sensor. And that sensor went on to be in the Epic MX and some other, I think the Scarlett MX as well. So it was used in other camera bodies as well. And as of now, I'm very happy with this purchase. I actually think that out of all of the cinema cameras that I have, because of what I've invested in this camera, which is very little, I feel that this might be the keeper of all the bunch. Not to say that I'm looking to sell any of my inventory right now, but if I were to sell, I think this might be a keeper just because of how little I spent on it and what the results it produces. Really great results. So you're gonna be seeing the sample footage as we go through this video. A-B comparison. You tell me what you think you like better between A and B. At the very end, we reveal the results of which camera is A and which camera is B. For me, I feel like it is something that you can notice. Now, keep in mind, I was shooting the Red MX1 in 4K RAW, compressed, Red RAW, and in the Arri Alexa I'm shooting HD or 2K ProRes 422 HQ. And the reason why I did that is because I didn't want to crop in on the sensor on the MX1, the 1MX, because with Red cameras, when you want to reduce the resolution, you're cropping in on the sensor, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep the same field of view for both of the cameras. Both of the cameras are Super 35, using the same lens, EF mounts on both of them. So that was a bit of an abrupt transition there. The memory card was full on the Red 1MX, so I got cut off at the very end there. But now I just thought I'd quickly go through the two different cameras and show them side by side again with the label of which camera is which. So as you're seeing on the screen, we've got the A cam was the Alexa Classic, and the B cam was the Red 1MX. What do you think? What do you think about the difference between the two? Were you able to determine which camera was which in the first part of the video, or were you surprised by the results at the end? There are some, if you're familiar with both of these cameras, there are some things that probably tipped off which camera was which. Just the dynamic range, the saturation. So the dynamic range in the Arri Alexa is kind of fairly noticeable, and especially the log. When you see the log images and then you see them when they've been converted to Rec 709, and then also with the Red 1MX, the saturation is noticeable, but it does have like a really clean, crisp look that's quite nice. And between the two, it's different scenes or different parts of the video. I preferred one or the other. It wasn't I didn't have a preference for one over the other universally. I think in some cases I prefer the Alexa. I do think the skin tones are nicer on the Alexa right out of camera. I think you'll see in the video there's the one headshot of me in the garden, and you can kind of tell. I think that was a kind of a giveaway scene too, is when I did do that, I just wanted to show skin tones, so I walked into the camera, and I think that would have been a bit of a giveaway which one was the Alexa and which one was the MX1. But yeah, that's the video for this week, and thanks for tuning in. Let's do another one of these comparisons. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you had a preference between one or the other, or whether or not you were able to determine which one was which during the video. Any comments are greatly appreciated, and let me know if you like these kind of videos. These aren't my favorite kind of videos to make, but I'm willing to do it if there's people in the community that are wanting to see them. Maybe I can make them a little bit more interesting for myself. Not really a chart kind of guy. I don't really want to shoot charts and that type of thing, but I don't mind if it's actual footage. So that's it for this one. We'll see you again on the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye for now.